What is up, folks? Briston Gaming back with another episode of 7 Days to Die Mods Weekly, the show where we help you figure out what mods are good for you. And as you can see here, this week we've got a cool week ahead of us. We're going to cover some cool POI mods, one mod that's going to add a lot of content to help, kind of refresh the game, and one that's just going to make you laugh a little bit, at least I think it will. But before we jump into anything, I want to take a second to say thank you to everybody who has liked or subscribed on the content, and also thank you to the mod authors because you guys are rocking it. Now, I know I did post the Telric's Fantasy World video last week. I've got more coming out. That mod is super duper awesome. If you haven't seen the video, check it out because that mod is killer. Telric kills it. Speaking of Telric killing it, we're gonna go ahead and jump into our first mod, and the first mod is called Telric's Animal Husbandry, and this mod kills it just like all of Telric's mod. Look at this crazy crap going on here. I've got elephants, there's some pigs over there, a rhino, rabbits, there's crabs and stuff walking around here. Look, this mod is insane. It adds so much. When I say so much, look at all these babies. And this isn't even all that it adds. It's got rhinos, a horse, hares, elephants, camel, cows, a bunch of different colored cows, some chickens, bunch of different chickens, bears, turtles. I mean, like, it's got cats and a dog and all kinds of stuff here. Like, this mod is intense. And this mod is super cool. I'm not going to jump into everything about this mod because I really want you guys to play around with it by yourselves. I want you to experience. But this mod is super cool because if you've got babies that you find or buy, I think this guy is growing here. I don't know why they keep bumping into me like they do. It's almost like they're attacking me, but they're not. But that thing is almost grown. But it's really cool because once you've got these babies here, you say, like, you want to go ahead and throw this lady down. Once she starts to grow, once she gets grown, like this guy, you can actually keep them around and let them breed to keep making you more babies, or you can harvest them for resources like meat and things like that. So you can actually have yourself an animal farm, and like right here behind this base that I've kind of got set up. Now, it's not perfect, but I set up a little area where I could put cows and like this little elephant there. I could have animals in here and just let them kind of grow. I don't have anything in here now, but if this were a map that I was really going to seriously play on, I could have animals inside these things, let them grow and breed and stuff like that, and then I could have just a continuous source of meat. So it's actually really, really cool that it's like that. I like this mod because it gives you the option of really just having so much more to play around with in terms of, making sure that you've got resources for stuff. But not only that, when you're out and about, thanks to this mod, the world feels populated. Now, sure, a zombie apocalypse, probably one of the first places to get hit would be a zoo, at least in my thought, because, of all the available meat and stuff like that there. However, you would also think that at a certain point, animals would break loose and, maybe mate. Bears would kill zombies and stuff, I would think. Bears are pretty vicious. They're pretty big, so you would think that, bears, things like that would get out a lot more. So this actually helps populate the world a little bit. Now, they're not all hostile, which is good. Kind of bad at the same time because you would expect it a little bit more, but it just adds more animals and stuff to the world, which I absolutely love. I love the fact that now when I'm out and about doing stuff and I see animals and stuff like that, I'm like, oh, cool. It gives you more to hunt and more to kill, especially trying to find meat. Sometimes it can be super easy, especially if you get lucky, but sometimes it can be kind of a pain in the butt, especially early on, making sure you've got all the food and stuff you need without having to do the buried supply missions. That's why this mod is so cool. That's why I'm showing it to you guys, because it's awesome as hell. But with that, we're gonna go ahead and jump into our next mod. Okay, folks, so our next mod is called Lure Grenades by Dayhawk, and I wish it did kind of what the name implies. I wish it actually would lure zombies in. It doesn't, at least not that I've seen. I've done some testing and stuff with it. That's one thing that I really loved about Days Gone, is that you could craft the lure stuff to lure zombies in and then kaboom. But with the fuse time on these being so slow, kind of hard to do. But what it does do is it does really boost the damage of a grenade. So this basic grenade, explosion damage of 300 or 310, block damage 10, and explosion radius 5. The lure grenade, 620, 20, and 10. And they're easy to make. It's just duct tape, raw meat, and grenade. Now, some people might be like, well, why are you showing this mod off? Well, the reason I'm showing this mod off is because as you progress through the game, you're going to get to a point where you're going to have a bunch of meat left over. It's really only the early game stage where you're struggling to find food. By the time you start getting around day 25 or higher, depending upon how you play, you're going to have just a bunch of meat left over. So, why not put it to good use and make double powered grenades? And this is really good if you have like a pit style horde base or something like that, because now you can just sit here, pop the pin, throw, kaboom. And you can deal a lot more damage to zombies, especially some of the higher power zombies that might have a better chance of destroying a base. And depending upon how you have your base, this isn't going to do too much damage, and you can just throw a whole bunch of them out. I accidentally set that right here by us. Whew. But yeah, so it makes it really easy. And I forgot to show this off in the last mod. If you're out riding around on your little rhino mount, and if you want to see what else is in that mod, make sure you check it out. And you come across, we're going to spawn in a big old bunch of these little, it's like, oh no, we got a bunch of zombies. What do we do? What do we do? Well, we run away on our mount, we jump off, pop the pin, throw. Okay, we didn't quite get it to him. There we go. Boom. Boom. It's just so fun to hit him with a grenade. See if we can blow up that car with it. Nope. But get back on your vehicle and you ride away. It's a fun little grenade mod. I like it because it gives you something to do with excess resources that, I run into the problem of having by the time I get to late game stage. Not everybody's going to like it. I think it's funny. But with that, we're going to go ahead and move on to the next mod. Alright folks, so our next mod is called the Esspresso Yourself Prefab by Survivor Andy. I've said it before, I'll say it again, Survivor Andy does really good POIs. I like this one because this is one of the smaller POIs. It's a fairly small POI in terms of everything, but it just looks really neat. It just looks really good. It's just a really, nifty looking POI that I think looks good. I love the coffee mug look to it. All of this is just, really well done. You've got the little doors here you come through. You've got this little area here. It looks more like a vanilla POI than some other POIs that we've seen. But that's why I like it so much, because it looks like it fits in. Like, it seems thematically like it fits a lot better than some other POIs. You got the little bathroom there. You got all this stuff back here. Some loot here. You got the outside here. And then you come up onto the roof. And then you've got loot. So it's, like I said, it's a small POI, but it's a cool POI that fits. It's not a POI that looks like it's, highly out of place or anything like that. It's not over the top. I love big POIs, but at the same time, I really appreciate smaller POIs like this one that put in some work, that just seem like they fit the original game. Like, this seems like it should have been a normal POI in the game. Like, you would think it would be, at least. So I really like it just because of how it looks. It's a small POI that seems like it would fit normally. But with that, we're going to go ahead and jump over to the last mod. Alright folks, so the last mod is the Airstrip Prefab by Survivor Andy. And it is a cool little POI that actually looks like it could be a real, small airstrip you'd find out, where I live at least. There's a small private airstrip that looks very, very similar to this. It's a small little private airstrip where, little sports pilots and stuff like that go and they do their stuff. They even do flight lessons and stuff out of it. So that's why this looks like it would be, right in with that. That's why I like this so much. It's super cool. There is a lot of stuff here, as you can see, so you're going to have a lot of stuff to loot. But it also looks really good. Like, the way that Survivor Andy has put all this stuff together, it looks really good. Unfortunately, not everything supports itself to where it could look like these doors should be able to close. But I think that's a clever solution like that. Like actually having some hanger doors like that. It's a very clever solution. And then you got the little tower here. You come in and clear your way up to here. Little flight control. And then of course, you climb up here and you've got your loot and stuff there. But then you've also got stuff down here. And you could even easily make this into a cool base, and then, with a gyrocopter and stuff like that, you've actually got a little runway that you can fly away with. So you've got, easy landing and takeoff place. I do have the AI frozen, so that's why nothing is moving. But I mean, it looks really nice, and you can easily build a horde base either inside the what would be considered the hangar, or just right here actually on the runway, depending upon how you do it. But you've got all kinds of little room here to build and grow and do stuff. And then you've got the end here that you can easily have more than enough room to land and take off with a gyrocopter. So it's a super cool base. It's or say base. It's a super cool POI. It's small, but some small POIs are good. That bear's getting frisky with that lumberjack. But yeah, this is a nice POI. I like it. I like it a lot. I think Survivor Andy does a really good job with POIs in general, and having stuff like this that can be, not just pretty but also really functional is key for me. I love stuff like this so much just because it gives you a chance to have a lot of function. But with that, we are done for the week. Thanks for sticking around. I hope you had fun. Make sure you like, subscribe, drop a comment down below. Let me know what you think. Have fun. Take it easy. We'll see you next time.